Welcome, Farah. Nau mai ahiri mai.
I think for me, rugby gave me confidence. I had a lot of issues with my body growing up as a teenager. I had a little bout of anorexia when I was at high school. I was trying to be skinny. I was trying to figure out who I was. And then when I discovered rugby, here is a sport where being strong was valued. We're having muscles, in all the right places was a positive. Where being heavier, as long as it was kind of like a healthy, heavier and stronger, was seen as something that would benefit the team. So when I got onto the New Zealand Rugby Board as the first female, I couldn't believe it. And in New Zealand, part of our Maori culture is if you join an organisation, you get a pōwhiri or a mihi whakatau, which is a welcome. So that was organised for me at my very first meeting, and I asked my family, my whānau, to come with me. So you always bring somebody from your family who then takes you into a room. And when I walked into the room with my family holding my hand and being right beside me, and you get called on, so there's a karanga, so a woman will call you into the room. And I walked into the room and there were just all these men standing there, and it just hit me. And I think it hit me, I had this overwhelming feeling of, oh my goodness, I better not stuff this up for any other woman who might have to follow in my footsteps. And that huge weight of expectation and responsibility kind of started to press down on me, and I did start crying. And then I felt my family next to me just giving my arm a squeeze and standing right next to me, and they gave me the strength to carry on walking into that room and go through that whole ritual. And I'm really glad I did go through that ritual, because it did help me to move into that space and say, right, I belong here now, and I'm going to do what I can in this space to provide opportunities for more girls and more women in all sorts of areas in rugby. I brought lots. I've already shown you my very first rugby jersey, which I love. And I love it because it was my very first rugby team, but also because of the size of it. And to me, it reminds me just how far we've come. This is massive. And I just keep this with me at all times to tell myself that we are improving, we are breaking down barriers, we are getting better at making people see that women and men can play rugby, because our jerseys are getting much more fitted to our bodies, and we're being taken much more seriously. So that's the first one. And then the other one, which I've got on the seat behind me, this is a small korowai or cloak, which is made out of feathers, and it's got some patterns along here on the front. This was given to me at the Maori Sports Awards here in Aotearoa, New Zealand, and it was I got inducted into the Maori Hall of Fame, Sports Hall of Fame, and that was a huge honour to receive this korowai. You wear it around your shoulders, and I keep it here to remind me to be proud of my culture and to feel like I'm not sitting here doing what I do in rugby governance on my own. I've got my whole whakapapa, my whole genealogy and the history behind me, so that I can then kind of move forward and continue to move forward. I'll say it in Māori and then I'll give the English translation. So, e hara taku toa I te toa takitahi, he toa takitini. So my strength is not as an individual, but as a collective.
Wa rugby.
Aroha kotahi.